We all know about karma, right? That cosmic law of cause and effect. But what if I told you that karma isn't this invisible force that punishes us for our mistakes? What if it's more like a mirror, reflection of everything we do, think, and say? And what if, in the blink of an eye, a single spiritual action could flip that entire mirror around, transforming your bad karma into something positive, something life-changing? Let me tell you a story, one that will change the way you think about karma forever. It starts with a man, someone like you, like me. He's caught in a cycle of bad decisions, and his life feels like it's spiraling. Financial problems, broken relationships, health issues, everything seems to be going wrong. And at the core of it all, his actions, his thoughts, his energy. He's been reacting to life out of fear, out of anger, out of frustration. And every time he reacts, he feeds into this endless loop of negativity. We've all been there, haven't we? When it feels like the universe is against us, like no matter what we do, bad things just keep piling up.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
But here's where the story takes a turn. One day, this man reaches his breaking point. He feels like he's drowning in his own karma. But instead of giving up, he decides to do something radical. He decides to take ownership of his actions, to do something spiritual, something pure, something that comes from a deep place within him. And this is where the magic happens. He sits down in the quiet of his room and begins to meditate. Not for hours, not for days, just for a few minutes. But in those few minutes, he makes a choice. He chooses to forgive himself, to let go of the guilt, the shame, and the fear that's been weighing him down. He chooses to send love and compassion to the people he's hurt, and even to the people who have hurt him. He chooses to let go of his attachment to the outcome. And in that moment, something shifts. It's like a weight lifting off his chest. He can almost feel the energy around him change, becoming lighter, softer. And as he continues to meditate, he makes one final choice: to act differently from now on, to live in a way that reflects the person he truly wants to be. Not someone who reacts out of fear or anger, but someone who responds with love, with mindfulness, with intention. Now here's the question: what was it that made this moment so powerful? Was it the meditation itself? Was it the act of forgiving? Or was it something deeper, something about the way he chose to show up in that moment? This is where the real secret lies. Karma isn't just about what we do, it's about how we do it. It's about the energy we carry, the intention behind our actions. And when we change that, even in the smallest way, we begin to turn the wheel of karma in a new direction. Let's dive deeper into this. Karma is like a river. It flows, carrying with it the energy of all our past actions, thoughts, and emotions. But here's the thing: we are not just passive swimmers in this river. We have the power to change its course, to redirect its flow. How? Through conscious choice. At any given moment, we have the ability to choose how we respond to life. We can choose to react out of fear, anger, or resentment, and continue to feed the cycle of bad karma. Or we can choose to respond with love, patience, and understanding, and begin to create positive karma. But here's where most of us get stuck. We think that karma is something that takes lifetimes to change. We think that once we've accumulated bad karma, we're doomed to suffer the consequences for years, maybe even lifetimes. But that's not how it works. Karma isn't a sentence, it's an opportunity. Every moment is a new chance to turn things around. The man in the story didn't have to meditate for hours or go on some spiritual pilgrimage to change his karma. He simply made a conscious choice, and that's the key. In that moment, he chose to let go of the past and step into a new way of being. He chose to align his actions with his highest self, and that single choice sent ripples through the universe. It's like when you drop a pebble into a still pond. The ripples spread out, touching everything around them. That's what happens when we make a conscious choice to act from a place of love and integrity. The energy we put out into the world begins to shift, and the universe responds in kind. Now think about your own life. What are the choices you're making right now? Are they aligned with the person you want to be? Or are they feeding into a cycle of negativity and bad karma? This is where the real work begins. It's not about fixing everything overnight. It's about making small, conscious choices every day that move you in the direction of the life you want to create. And here's where the real magic happens. The more you make these conscious choices, the more the universe begins to support you. It's like the universe is watching, waiting for you to take that first step. And once you do, it starts to open doors to clear the path for you. But it all starts with that first choice, that first moment where you decide to act differently. Let's talk about the ripple effect. When you make a conscious choice to act from a place of love, compassion, or forgiveness, you're not just changing your own karma, you're changing the karma of everyone around you. Think about it. When you show up in the world with kindness, even in the face of negativity, you create a ripple. That energy touches the people around you, and it inspires them to act differently too. It's like a chain reaction of positive energy, and it all starts with you. The man in our story didn't just change his own karma that day. His decision to forgive, to let go, to act with love, those decisions sent ripples out into the world. Maybe the people he forgave felt that shift in energy. Maybe they, in turn, chose to forgive someone else. Maybe his newfound peace and clarity inspired someone else to look at their own life differently. The point is, when we make spiritual choices, they don't just affect us. They affect everyone we come into contact with. So here's my question for you. What ripple are you creating? What energy are you sending out into the world? Every action, every thought, every word creates ripples that extend far beyond what we can see. And this is where the real power of karma lies. It's not just about individual cause and effect. It's about the interconnectedness of all things. When you change your karma, you're helping to change the collective karma of the world. And that's the beauty of spiritual action. It's not just about fixing your own life. It's about contributing to the healing and transformation of the entire planet. Every time you choose love over fear, every time you choose to act from a place of integrity, you're helping to elevate the consciousness of humanity. You're helping to create a world that is more compassionate, more just, more aligned with the highest principles of existence. So, as we close this part of the story, I'll leave you with one final thought. Every moment is an opportunity to turn your karma around. Every moment is a chance to create ripples of love and light that will extend far beyond what you can imagine. The question is, will you take that opportunity? Will you choose to act from your highest self, knowing that your actions have the power to transform not just your own life, but the world around you?